AfterBuzz, I'm joined by the advocate of the reigning defending WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Paul Heyman. Welcome to WrestleMania 31, sir.
At 6 a.m.?
I had to get up just like you this morning.
That's your problem, not mine. It's 6 a.m. Good morning. Okay, good morning to you, too.
Oh, got to try to be a little chipper.
Why do I gotta?
Well, I got to.
Well, okay,
I got to.
That's your problem.
Fair enough. This Sunday, your client, main event against Roman Reigns. He just recently re-signed with WWE. Big news on ESPN, all over different media outlets. Do you feel that there was a lot of stress or pressure on him, like not knowing what he was going to do regarding the contract, but now that it's all done before WrestleMania, he might even have even less pressure, less stress on himself?
I don't think there was any pressure or stress on Brock Lesnar at all. I think the pressure and the stress was on WWE in the negotiation. Mm-hmm. And when it came time to make a final decision, Brock Lesnar made his final decision, announced it on ESPN, and then he continues on his focus for WrestleMania. I don't think Brock ever lost focus of WrestleMania. I don't think that the negotiation distracted him at all. Mm-hmm. Whatever is going to happen this Sunday, which is Brock Lesnar handing a prison beating to Roman Reigns, is the exact same result that was going to happen whether Brock re-signed with WWE or not.
And speaking of Roman Reigns, his family member, The Rock, oddly enough, this weekend he's hosting Saturday Night Live in New York. Do you think him on the other side of the country, well, WrestleMania is happening here in the San Jose, Santa Clara area, do you think over there, is it good publicity for WWE having him out there for SNL, or do you think it's kind of hurting extra publicity not having him here supporting his Samoan blood?
Dwayne Johnson has a career to promote, and he has a movie that's coming out, and the movie coming out is a huge movie. And is he supposed to come to WrestleMania for free to support Roman Reigns, or is he supposed to do what the movie studio wants him to do, which is get on Saturday Night Live and promote your movie? His life is not 365 days WWE anymore. So I don't see how anybody can expect him to be here on the West Coast to support Roman Reigns in his quest to lose to Brock Lesnar. The result would be the same anyway.
True. No, I agree with you 100%. I mean, you think I'm going to disagree with you, especially when you're standing 6 inches from me?
Not if you want to be correct, no.
Exactly. A lot of people around the world of wrestling, who study wrestling, who's followed wrestling, many are now placing you above Bobby Heenan as considered like the greatest manager of all time.
I'm not a manager, I'm an advocate.
Right now advocate. But I mean, you've been a manager, you've been promoter, commentator, agent. You've done it all.
Yes.
You have some victories under your belt in the ring.
Okay.
Technically.
Technically.
The Regger Books show.
Well, and they can be doctored.
So,
but your point is?
Well, my point is, do you feel all this praise that that's coming your way? Do you feel that everyone is correct with those sayings, or like in Paul Heyman's opinion, who is the greatest manager that's ever stepped?
Well, my goal would be for that to be me, and my goal would be to convince and persuade 100% of the audience that it is me. Otherwise, what am I doing here? I'm shooting for second best? No, thank you. You shoot to be the best. You shoot to be the greatest. You shoot to be the greatest of all time. And if you're shooting anything lower than that, why are you bothering? What are you doing?
And you're considered one of the best when it comes to using this microphone. They even sometimes turn it off on you because they're afraid of all the truth that you're going to say on it. What would be, if you gave any advice or tips to, aspiring wrestlers, managers, commentators, as far as when it comes to conducting their promos, what type of advice would you give them?
Be fully invested in what you're saying. Shoot from the hip. And speak from the heart. I have the easiest job in the world. I get to speak on behalf of Brock Lesnar. I believe in everything I say about Brock Lesnar. Nothing I'm saying is embellished. He is the only man to ever hold the NCAA Division I Heavyweight Championship, the UFC Heavyweight Championship, and the WWE Heavyweight Championship. This is an extraordinary once-in-a-lifetime athlete, once-in-a-lifetime performer, once-in-a-lifetime attraction. There's nothing I'm out there saying that says, his family are all Nordics that came over on a boat from the Viking era. I don't have to make this stuff up. Brock Lesnar in and of himself is fascinating enough for me to talk about for hours on end. So if you're going to talk about anything, talk from the heart, shoot from the hip, and believe in what you're saying.
Let's kind of switch gears down to NXT. Obviously, you're a huge supporter of NXT, all the great talent that's down there. One thing that I personally kind of noticed down there, really with the exception of Lana in her development with Rusev, there really haven't been many managers down in NXT. Do you feel that the role of the manager is almost kind of like a dying art in wrestling, or do you think NXT could really help its resurgence?
I think it all depends on the personality involved. There is a very unique situation with me and Brock Lesnar. There was a different situation with me and CM Punk. And when it doesn't work, when you just stick me with somebody, it doesn't work. It didn't work with Curtis Axel, and that was not Curtis Axel's fault. It's not something for today's progressive product. It's same thing with Ryback. That wasn't Ryback's fault. It was something to where he came in as a supporting player in the CM Punk versus Paul Heyman feud. It was a no-win situation for him. Now, when you have a unique chemistry like I do with Brock, or I did with CM Punk, now you have something that people can latch on to. So Lana and Rusev are a very unique couple, and it works for them. But I don't know how it would work if you put someone else with Rusev, or if you put Lana with someone else. So does the role exist? Yes. Is it as commonplace as it was before? No, the business has moved on from it. I think it all depends on the chemistry between the personalities.
Gotcha. Have you been checking in with CM Punk lately, getting ready for his UFC debut?
Yes.
He's ready to go, isn't he?
He's ready to go. And, one of two things is going to happen. He's going to whip somebody's ass, or he's going to get his ass whipped. And he knows it. And he's very, very much at ease at that. It's one way or the other for him. That cage door is going to be locked, and we're going to find out.
Has he reached out to you or Brock for any type of advice or tips in his training at all?
I think he's in very capable hands with Duke Rufus, and he doesn't really need advice from me. And what am I going to tell him? I would approach that armbar from the left side. And as for Brock is a heavyweight and is a beast and bullied his opponents and imposed his will on his opponents in a way that wouldn't affect the CM Punk fight.
If you got the opportunity with today's roster, whether it's on Raw or down in NXT, if you said, hey, you're going to come with me, you're going to be the next Paul Heyman guy, or Paul Heyman girl for that matter, who would you pick?
Someone I have in mind right now.
Do you want to share it at all?
No.
What if I said please?
Go ahead, say please.
Please?
No.
All right, fair enough. Besides Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns this Sunday, what match are you looking forward to watching the most? If any.
Well, since every match is going to come on before Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, I want to see how the whole card shapes up. I'm interested in the whole thing. I'm interested in seeing what Undertaker looks like after a year, taking the loss to Brock Lesnar, what Bray Wyatt is going to bring to the table against The Undertaker. I can't wait to see Sting in action. His first WWE appearance ever in a ring, and it's at WrestleMania and against Triple H. I'm very interested in seeing that. I'm interested in the entire card because the entire card leads up to the main event, which is Brock Lesnar defending the title and delivering a prison beating to Roman Reigns.
If Vince McMahon approached you and said, Paul, I'm going to allow you to pick any one person to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Said, you got free reign. Any one person you feel deserves it that's not in yet. Who would you choose?
Brock Lesnar.
Any wrestler that's no longer competing?
Gorgeous George. Is he in?
I believe he is.
He is in?
I believe a couple years ago he was
inducted. Gorgeous George is in?
I believe he is. Steve, you would know that for sure. Steve's going to look it up to make sure. But I believe Gorgeous George is in. He's calling. He's
no, we're
asking
gonna
Siri. Let's wait. Let's find out.
This will be some crappy dead air time.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Yes.
There you go.
Gorgeous. Oh, then there you go. See?
So yeah, the only one that you want is Brock Lesnar.
That's it.
Sounds good to me. Well, Paul, enjoy. I know it's early. I appreciate you coming out. I know you got a lot of other interviews that you're going to be
tired?
doing. I'm not tired.
Oh, okay.
I'm not tired.
Who cares that it's early?
Well, you were just saying you were worried that it was early.
Why are you touching me?
I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sorry.
I accept your apology.
Thank you so much.